Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for somebody that's dealing with a little bit of family drama. It feels like we have two toxic family members or two family members that are acting in a way that they know is unfair. And they're creating some illusion here. So they definitely want to misguide probably you, possibly your person, in a situation that I think they know they should be honest about. So it feels like a pretty serious situation. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of enchanting. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Let's dive in with the Lenormand. We'll go with the Fairy Lenormand today. We have the tree, and it's easy for me to think family tree because I'm already thinking about family. But in reality, the tree in the Lenormand is much more often associated with mental health or a support system. So there could be something here about, honestly, it kind of seems like emotional abuse or just like a lack of support from family in general, or perhaps specifically these two individuals. Hi there, Miss Patricia. How are you doing? And this tree is coming out with the moon. Seems to just kind of confirm what we pulled from the first two cards. We have disloyalty happening, and that moon, it can sometimes refer to your job or your calling. So there could be some element here where what you do for work, or perhaps how much money you make, is getting under the skin of someone you're related to, or somebody that you married into their family. For some of you, specifically, what I'm getting is there's like an entitlement or an expectation in terms of somebody paying more or somebody paying for someone else, something along those lines. Ooh, I love it, Patricia. And I'm a little jealous. I had to run errands instead. I think painting would be way more fun. Oh, can't remember which one I just saw. We have community coming out again. This is technically the garden, but it reads a lot like the Kipper community card. There's a sense that there are like eyes watching. So almost like an interaction with this person or these people is always on Facebook. So everyone sees what happens or gets talked about to everybody because everybody just like talks shit. There's something here about people having chatter or a little bit of gossip about something happening in your life, and it comes across as jealousy because this is something that is good that has happened to you that I think has given you some confidence or courage here, but it's frustrating the people around you for some reason. Perhaps they're used to being able to manipulate you in some way. Let's dive in with the situations deck, and then we'll get back to the tarot, I promise. But there is, like, for example, a family card. There's a gossip card. We might see some of those come out. So we have threatened and crickets. Under threatened, it says embarrassed and appearances, and crickets has silence and non-action. So there's an element of judgment happening here. There could, for many of you, be some sort of like disdain for what it is that you do for work. Maybe you come from, I don't know, a family of people that don't really care for the cops and you became a cop. Maybe you're a teacher and you grew up around people that didn't really care to read or didn't really understand your curiosity. There's like a dissonance here in terms of how you choose to live your life and what your family kind of expected of you. I feel like there's almost like a black sheep vibe, but it's more so that people are envious of you, not so much that you're like a hooligan. Any excuse to say a word like hooligan, you know? So we have lockbox and verge. Closed in, trapped, frustrated. And there's an SOS on the lock. And then verge, about to reveal, confess. For those of you that are in a comfortable financial situation and feel that from time to time somebody in your family likes to ask you for money or kind of guilt you into paying for things for them, this could be a sign that somebody is about to come to you and ask for money. For others of you, there's a sense here that we have a period of solitude coming to an end and a love connection that is perhaps quite enviable comes in. So you may have relative success on the professional side that may actually, bring out some jealousy here. But it could be that you also have some toxic family members involved in relationships that are also quite toxic, and they may grow jealous of a healthy relationship that you develop in your life or that you are sustaining. There's definitely envy here, and it may be for more than one reason. But the fact that we have about to reveal or confess, there's information that's going to kind of like change the horizon here. They may not know just how good your life is, and that might be a good thing. We have roller coaster, highest high adrenaline rush, and anxiety in the reverse. Things are going well here, or things are about to go very well. This could just be a warning. Hey, if things get extremely positive for you and you feel like it's blessing after blessing, it may be wise to really consider the value of silence in the face of your blessings, because there are people who say too much about their lives on social media, and it can just invite that jealousy, right? Hi there, Kevin. How are you doing? Yes, I agree. Everyone does want to be free. Um, there's, with this roller coaster, a feeling of free, right? That somebody is able to perhaps live in a way that doesn't really cause a lot of stress. There might have been a big windfall of money. There might have been a dream job that you secured. There may have been an inheritance. There's something here about like people wanting to say that you live on easy street, basically, that you don't really have to deal with a lot of issues. All right, let's get a little bit more from the tarot. This is the Rider Waite. We're going to take strength in the sideways position, and we have the Hierophant in the reverse. Honestly, what I see here is somebody kind of outpacing their family. And I don't say that in a judgy way. It's just with the Hierophant in the reverse, it's giving me vibes that somebody has learned or developed their own moral code that seems to be a bit upgraded from the one that they grew up with. In other words, I believe I'm reading for somebody who has a higher moral code or a higher honor than the people that raised them. They somehow, through adversity probably and courage, have become stronger spiritually. Now we have strength in the sideways position because I believe that the majority of people I'm reading for here, you have done quite a lot to make a life for yourself or lead yourself to a life that is really authentic or really happiness for you. But I kind of feel like the last stand is approaching you. In other words, this strength card will move to the upright position, which announces that you have let go of the ties that bind or whatever holds you back by having to perhaps reveal something or confess something or be honest with the people who seem to be a bit less concerned with being compassionate or good. Yeah, it can be interesting, I think, for people when they expect that children will have the same beliefs or that entire families feel the same way. I mean, how many jokes do we hear about Thanksgiving being awkward for people? Obviously, we know that there are differing opinions, right? But this to me is like coming across as almost like an awkwardness, or kind of feels a little bit like being ashamed, actually, of the people that you once put on a pedestal or once revered as not fully spiritually developed or not as good as they think they are. So there's like, we've got the wounded warrior. There's somebody here who has put up with quite a lot, and it feels like there's been justifications made for poor treatment of this person by their family. And you might be the generational curse breaker. We have the Eight of Swords. This is clarifying the verge, about to reveal, confess. Teapot, got the tea. So we've got like, I think this is you. It could be somebody else in your family, but I think this is you trying to figure out what am I going to do to get on the same page or be honest about a situation, or kind of like demonstrate that you don't give a flying fuck. Like, I feel like you have to stand up to somebody, or you have to speak some truth just to be like, yeah, I did it. I said it. Can't take it back. I'm right. And it might happen at an event like Sunday dinner, somebody's birthday. Probably not Easter. Easter seems like a bad choice. But there's possibly a family get together where you might be talking about the things that have been going well for you. Somebody says something that's inappropriate or demonstrates that they're jealous, and then you might like just tell them how it is. But with anxiety in the reverse, I don't feel like you're really nervous about what will actually happen, even if there are people that decide they want to go no contact or they don't really care for how you acted. It's Miss Joanna. But it's like, I kind of feel like you're just okay with that. Like, I feel like I'm reading for somebody who has gotten to the point, or very close to, where they look at interactions with other people as a way to validate their self-worth. How do I let other people treat me? And how can I respectfully communicate when things are not to my standards? Because this isn't just a every other Thursday I have boundaries. This is like a all the time kind of thing. So, especially with family members, it can be a little bit challenging to reset those standards, right? Particularly if we're talking about a parent-child dynamic, because you do have to at some point like outgrow the submissiveness or the, I don't know, like kind of assert your own independence, right? And I feel like this is kind of like a long overdue putting someone in their place kind of thing, where somebody just needs to like stop being petty. We have the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. For some of you, this could indicate there was a fallout in the relationship because of a will or an inheritance that didn't go the way this person thought it should. For others of you, this is just indicating that this is somebody who's entitled, right? They feel like things shouldn't be equal between the two of you, that they should actually get more than you, right? And with the Ace of Cups in the reverse, it does kind of come across to me as an argument is happening, or there's, discord, not really enjoying each other's company kind of vibe. Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. I love that energy. So this is you telling the truth. Remember in tarot that gender doesn't really mean too much. This is just describing the energy, so it could be anyone. But we have whoever I'm reading for, we have you sitting on your throne, knowing the dang truth. Like, you're not hallucinating. You know how it is. And telling it how it is. Like, you may want to consider, how will I feel about what I've said in a month? Like, I'm a big fan of thinking about what I'm going to say and then pulling back in like a couple choice words or maybe even an entire sentence and limiting what I say, because usually I get into trouble when I can't stop talking. So if I'm angry and I know that I might be prone to saying things that I don't want to say, being really focused on editing or pulling back a little bit has helped me avoid some difficult situations. And I feel like that's what this energy is. Somebody who is grown, somebody who is mature, saying, hey, I'm just going to ask you respectfully to stop saying those kinds of things. I find it offensive, and I think you know why. So if you do respect me, which I hope you do, I would hope that you would respect my boundaries when I ask you not to say those kinds of things anymore. Cool? Thanks. Like, this is kind of like matter of fact, but also not like rude. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. For some of you, this is siblings or cousins, because I kind of view this as like competition. Two knights indicate like the same level, right? But they're coming at each other, and one a little bit more viciously than the other. I do kind of feel like this is like, let's get in real close here, you guys. I do feel like you're the Knight of Swords. You've already come out as the Queen of Swords. And then the person who says some dumb shit is this Knight of Pentacles. And they're going to be like, whatever, Gina, you don't have any money. You just like drive a Ford Focus. And then you're going to be like, what's that, Linda? I didn't hear you. Speaking on the microphone, I want to hear just how dumb you are. Don't say that. But like, there's an element of like, what? I think you want to really think about what you're saying before you say that again. You defend yourself. And I feel like this is a justifiable kind of energy, not just like I'm here to fight, throw some hands. So I should leave that. What else do we want? Probably a little bit from the Kippa. You guys like the Kipper as much as I do. It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit blunt. We got to be honest. Yes, that's exactly true, Patricia. We have mature woman and high honor in the reverse. Oh boy. Oh boy. So remember with the Hierophant being in the reverse next to strength, I feel like I said something specifically about honor, moral code. Someone kind of exceeding the family bar, right? The family standards. Here, I feel like we've got some sort of matriarch. Could be a sibling, but I feel like it could kind of lean it a little bit more to the feminine side here for some of you. But we do have somebody who is low vibe. This is not somebody that you want to learn from because they have bad habits. And this is someone who's stubborn about it. I feel like this mature woman with low honor is someone who has a good reputation, perhaps for the wrong reason, perhaps because people want things from her. But this is a facade. This mature woman with low honor, this is somebody who wears a mask, who definitely cares a lot about what other people think, especially in the community, right? So this would probably be somebody who likes to help in the church, likes to be on the PTA, volunteers. But this is to find a way to exert control or build up this reputation of course I'm a good person. I do this, when people are just a little bit too excited to tell me about their volunteer work or how good of a person they are, it's like an immediate red flag for me. I mean, hey, if we're just like having a casual conversation and it organically comes up, like talk about that all day. Like, let's inspire other people to do good things, right? But I feel like most people that would be attracted to my channel would know what I'm talking about. Like, if you're out there bragging about teaching Sunday school, like, I don't think you get it. Like, humility is a virtue. I have to tell you guys this story. There was chatter at a retail job I had ages ago, and people were like, I don't know, just talking about themselves. And literally, one of the chicks says, "Oh, I'm super, like, I could probably get an award for humility." Like, straight faced, was not joking, was not trying to be ironic at all. And I was just like, "Mhm, that's great." Like, you don't need to be bragging about that. So look at this. This is kind of cool, you guys. We have expectation in the reverse, and it's kind of like she's mirroring the mature woman. And with expectation in the reverse, this is definitely confirmation that we have somebody who presents differently than what they truly are. Remember, we also had threatened or appearances at the bottom, right? This is somebody who's very focused on a reputation being maintained, built up. I feel like this is more of a I've had a reputation for a while and I'm going to keep that reputation. Like, this is somebody who has some measure of influence. We have lovers in the reverse. I think this person of low honor is hateful, or let's just say they have a chip on their shoulder because of a decision they made long ago that they wish they hadn't made. For some of you, this is somebody who got married for money and they're just unhappy all the time and it's just bigger, bigger, bigger. For others of you, this is somebody who gave up something that they were passionate about for a romance, and that's made them angry and kind of like lash out at other people. There's something here about this feminine energy. Remember, it could be masculine, but we've got mature woman here. She was wronged in some way or made a choice that she felt pressured to make, and she takes it out on everybody else because it's like, well, if I can't live the life that I wanted to live, then why should anybody else be entitled to that, Main female, because she is self-absorbed. She thinks she's like the world just like revolves around her. But we also have family room. So I feel like we're going to have to just start calling her a she. But I feel like this is someone that doesn't really get a lot of RSVPs for invitations that are meaningful, right? In other words, the people that want to spend time with this feminine energy are doing so to social climb or to satisfy some requirement so that they don't have some negative consequence because of this powerful person. This is somebody who thinks that they are more beloved than they actually are. Maybe she knows. We have unexpected income in the reverse and journey. So there could be some financial issues popping up. When I see unexpected income in the reverse, this feels to me like unexpected bills, unexpected expenses. So, especially when paired with journey, there could be some traveling that has to happen due to perhaps somebody being ill, due to a wedding, due to somebody being born. There's something here where I feel like this trip could be the event that we had with the Three of Cups coming out, and potentially the situation where heated words happen. But I do feel like the person who's probably getting a talking to is this low honor feminine energy. All right, let's get a little bit more for you. Hi there, Lainey. How are you doing? Welcome. Let's go with we'll go with the Ghost Tarot. Knight of Cups. Strength in the upright. I told you that was about to be upright. So this is confirmation that there's an opportunity coming for you to be honest. There's an opportunity for you to tell it how it is. So we could have some of you that have Leo in your chart. There could also be a child involved in this situation or children involved in this situation, which could have made you a little bit more willing to speak up for the situation or speak up for yourself. Maybe there's even a component here where I want to make sure that my children are able to speak their truth when they need to. So they need to see me doing that as well. But I do feel like there's an offer or an invitation that you don't really want to take, or a thing that you don't really want to go to. And you're like, I have to go. Damn it. So I do feel like this event is going to be like something you just kind of know is like Thanksgiving without the apple pie, pumpkin pie, whatever you like to have. Like you're going to get into it. And I think you walk into it knowing that's probably how it's going to go. We have the Ace of Cups, the Three of Cups in the reverse, and the Ten of Cups. That is a lot of emotion. So if you're unaware, the chalices or cups, those are all related to water signs, and water represents emotion. So to have three cards in a row all come from the cup side of things, there does seem to be, honestly, what it comes across to is for some of you, you get into a relationship and the family that you marry into or that, you come across or become a part of because of your love interest shows you what a family could be or should be. And it's almost like that emboldens you. And I mean that both in the sense of your own self-worth or your own self-love, the way that you speak up for yourself. And I feel like it makes it easier for you to be like, oh, did you want to go no contact? Okay, cool. Bye. Like, there's a confidence here that comes from finding a different soul tribe that fits you better, whether it's a work family, um, a really strong group of friends. There's something here about like, look, like you're not exactly the best family and like nobody's perfect. So I don't expect you to be perfect, but like you're not even trying to be better. You're just like over here with this high honor in the reverse. Like, I don't really want to be around that. So I'm going to go hang out with my new fam over there, my soul tribe or my girlfriend's family or whatever it is, because they actually make me feel better about myself instead of trying to make me feel worse about myself. How about you guys try that out? So, Page of Cups, Six of Wands in the reverse. What you end up saying might be 100% truth, might be gospel, but it doesn't really sit well with this person, and that's okay sometimes. With the Six of Wands in the reverse, This feels to me like somebody being overly confident that their anger or their threats will land or have some impact on you. And I don't think they will. They might temporarily, but I feel like you'd be pretty adept at saying, hey, you know what? That doesn't bother me because, oh God, what's that line from Rick and Morty? Like, your jeers mean nothing to me because I've seen what makes you cheer, or your insults mean nothing. I don't know. I'm ruining it. Totally feel free to comment it and tell me I'm silly for not remembering it. But if you know Rick and Morty, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, I've seen what makes you cheer. Bad. All right. Let's go with, we'll go with the Golden Art Nouveau to finish off the reading. Alrighty. There's that Hierophant in the reverse again. So remember we had Lovers in the reverse from the Kipper. Here we have the Lovers in the reverse from the Tarot, as well as the World. There's a choice that I feel like you don't really want to make, but you're going to make it, and it could be to travel. The world can be travel, and we have journey. So it does feel to me like you're going to have some unexpected travel that involves seeing people you're not really that excited to see. I got to do it, whatever, I'll do it. And then with the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Swords in the reverse, and the Hierophant in the reverse, there's like a willingness to just walk out. Like, if I'm hanging out with you and you lie to my face, whatever, I came, I did the thing, and then I'm going to leave. That Eight of Cups to me feels like I'm not dependent upon your approval anymore. And I'm not going to sit here and be inauthentic and pretend like I think you're the greatest thing in the world, because I don't care anymore. With Hierophant in the reverse, there's again a sense that you have a changed perspective. You have a different view on life than the one this person taught you. And it's frustrating for both of you, or all three of you, if it's parents. There's just, like I said, a dissonance or a discord. 10 of Wands in the reverse, 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. For some of you, you might get told that you're going to get written out of a will. For others of you, this is more so just like, look, you might be my family. We might be related. I might want to see you do well, but that doesn't mean that I have to like spend all of my time with you, especially if you're just going to be like emotionally manipulative or rude to me the whole time. Like, I'm an adult and I can adult my way right out the door and never adult with you again. You know, like, you don't make the decisions for me. And this might be really difficult for this low honor person to accept that you have a voice of your own. Page of Cups in the reverse. We had that over here as well. Hanged Man. So this is like, oh, wait. I didn't know that you like had a backbone. I didn't know that I couldn't like boss you around. So this comes out to me like somebody just like having a bit of a brain fart. Like, well, I don't really know what, no one said that to me before. No one's ever said no to me before. You know, like a little bit of a shocked Pikachu moment. And then we have Two of Wands and the Empress. And it's like, I don't know how to handle this person. They're coming off as the motherfucking Empress. So whether or not you identify as female, this Empress is you. You're demonstrating, you know, I'm like doing really well. And it's because like I actually try to become a better person. It's because I actually like look at the impact of my actions. Like, again, there's a difference in the moral standard, and it makes it pretty difficult to respect somebody when you know that they have less regard for others and they still feel like you should like look up to them and you're like, I don't know about that. All right, let's close it out with some zodiac fortune telling cards for you guys. Your advice is appreciated. So I do feel like there was like a positive effect or a positive consequence, perhaps, in terms of kind of a difficult childhood, in that you have a great amount of wisdom. You matured very quickly. So there are a lot of people who look up to you in terms of how you would handle a situation. And then we have you have or will receive unexpected pleasure. I don't know what that means. This, for some of you, is related to the finding the soul tribe, the other family. But I also feel like this could be, for some of you, referencing a love that maybe isn't in your life quite yet. You have people near you who are not true. Could have been the title of the video, right? But you, on the other hand, true blue in every respect. So, confirmation for you guys. This is for somebody who has outpaced their family in terms of how they look at the world, how they perceive their moral standard, all of that. Hi there, Glenn. Welcome. I'm sorry you're right at the end, but I hope you enjoyed the reading anyways. I hope you all enjoyed the reading, and I'll see you on the next one.